So, hello everyone and welcome to the class for Transportation Engineering. I am Professor Kakade VD. We have started chapter number 2, that is geometrical design of a highway. Okay, and some part of this chapter has been covered. So now we moving towards ahead. In that we have covered all those topics like carriage, width of carriageway, slope, camber, okay, meridian, curves, okay, etc. So now we are going to learn about very simple specification related to the roads. Okay, that elements are related to the margins, so that there is a 6 point which is road margin. Okay, so whole road width is a different part and carriageway width is different part. We have already shown here. I think we have discussed here earlier. In earlier lecture, we have discussed with this figure. Okay, like the particular black portion which you can see here, it is a carriageway, and the another portion like shoulder and all the things are the different things. Okay, these are the margins which actually needed for the movement of the roadway, sorry, movement of the traffic. So in that point here there are some points like road margins, shoulders, guardrail, footpath, driveway, cycle track, parking lane, embankment slope. These are the horizontal distance or width which is added in the roadway width. Okay, so most of time we have generally think how could the whole road width could be 60, 30 or 60 meter or 50 meter, because it included with the most important thing is like that it is along with the whole these widths. Okay, including the carriageway width, so the whole width become a major value which define the roadway width. So in that shoulder, we have discussed what is mean by shoulder. Shoulder is the margin or the track which is provided near, or there is a space provided near to the carriageway. Okay, near to the carriageway which is rougher than the carriageway. The main purpose of the shoulder is to park the vehicle for the some time to loading and unloading purpose. If there is a damage or there is a vehicle is not working or not moving because of some disturbance in the vehicle, in such situation you can park there. Okay, you can pull out there. That's why the shoulder is provided. Shoulder, the surface of the shoulder is rough than the carriageway surface, because it must to be to motivate the driver to move from the shoulder. Okay, then the width provided guardrail. Okay, here in this image you will be able to see the guardrail. This portion is that fencing is provided as a guardrail. It is provided to avoid the vehicle from moving outside the road or another residential area, or the area where the residential area or another. So that's why the guardrail provided. The width of the guardrail is not much, but the space should be provided. Okay. Next is footpath. For pedestrian movement of pedestrian, footpath is required. Driveway, when sometimes it is so see, after some kilometers there is a extension of width of a carriageway for parking of some vehicle. It is known as driveway. Cycle track, parking lane, embankment slope. Whenever you could see here, okay. So here you could see that the carriageway is here. Another point is the remaining horizontal distance is for all of the guardrail, footpath, shoulder, driveway, cycle track, etc. for parking lane. And then this portion came in light. This extra length which is provided, it is the length due to the embankment slope. So length due to the embankment slope is important because the carriageway must to be constructed above 0.9 meter, minimum 0.9 meter above the high flood level. Okay. Generally, high flood level is a mark on the area, and we have to provide this embankment because to raise up the level of the RL of this carriageway. Okay. With the formation or roadway, adding all the widths is known as formation width or roadway width. Width of a formation and roadway is the sum of the width of pavement or carriageway, including a separator, if any, and shoulder, and all the margins. Width of a roadway are standardized by the Indian Road Congress. These are the general minimum carriageway width, which is roadway width, which must to be provided for a national and state highway in the plain and mountain terrain. The values shown here: major district road, other district road, and village road. So this part related to the particular margin length are ended here, and now we are moving towards the another part, which is the different sight distance. Okay, the visibility in the on the road, it is important. Okay, so that visibility of the vehicle, of the obstruction of the road, etc. is included in the sight distance. There are different sight distance which is included, like overtaking sight distance, then stopping sight distance, are different sight distance are included. We are going to see overtaking sight distance today, and then in the next video we are going to learn the other sight distances. So there are 3 or 4 parts of a sight distance, like stopping sight distance SSD, overtaking sight distance, okay, that is OSD, intermediate sight distance like ISD, okay, and then headlight sight distance HSD, etc. Okay, so what What is the concept of SSD? Stopping sight distance. Consider like that, if there is a curve, sudden curve, okay, or hairpin curve, and suddenly like this, okay. So in the particular situation, consider at the here there is obstruction and the vehicle moving from here to here, okay. At this point, until this point, vehicle or driver are not able to sight or not able to see this obstruction, this obstruction, and the distance between vehicle and the obstruction, it is very less. So at such situation, what will happen? Even if a driver suddenly applies the brake, okay, if driver suddenly applies the brake, even though the vehicle, due to the sliding, okay, or due to the skidding, what will happen? It will impact the obstruction and the accident may happen there. So that it is the minimum horizontal distance to be provided, okay. It is minimum horizontal distance to be provided should be visible the obstruction even a sudden brake is applied, okay. If sudden brake is applied, the vehicle might be slide there, and when vehicle slide there or skid there, it should not be collide with the object. So consider this curve. Here is the object and here is the vehicle. So this whole portion, what is the sight distance? So it should be minimum that if driver suddenly applies the brake, it should not collide with the obstruction. This is the stopping sight distance. Another is the overtaking sight distance. When one vehicle, okay, this and divider, there is a two-lane road, two-way traffic, and most important that there is no separator provided there. In that condition, what generally happen, if a one vehicle moving like this, another vehicle is moving like this, and third vehicle is moving opposite to the both vehicle. So this B vehicle should be at the B dash position. So up to that, the distance must to be visible to avoid the collision from the opposite side or the opposite direction motion vehicle. So this is known as an overtaking side distance. Then another is the intermediate side distance and headlight side distance. So the minimum side distance or the minimum distance open to the vision of the driver of vehicle intended to overtake slow moving vehicle. Which is the slow moving vehicle? This A vehicle is the slow moving vehicle. So vehicle ahead with a safety against the traffic of opposite direction. Opposite direction opposite direction. Which vehicle is coming from the opposite direction? This vehicle. Consider this as the C vehicle, known as minimum overtaking side distance or safe passing side distance available. Okay. Factor on which overtaking side distance depends. Okay, which factors affect on overtaking side distance? Minimum overtaking side distance required for the safe overtaking depend on speed of the overtaken vehicles. Okay, speed of overtaking and overtaken vehicle. So the vehicle for slow moving vehicle is the overtaking vehicle, and fast moving vehicle or the vehicle which is intended to overtake the slow moving vehicle is the overtaken vehicle. Okay, and also the speed of the vehicle coming from the opposite direction. Another is the skill and reaction time of the driver. Okay, if driver is skilled, if it able to handle the vehicle in the motion of a or the high speed, it could be accelerate the speed and very well or safely overtake the vehicle even there is a vehicle coming from the opposite direction. But if the driver is not skilled, it is newly learned driver or learning driver, in such situation, there is a sufficient side distance to be provided to avoid the collision. Distance between overtaking and overtaken vehicle. Okay, what is the distance? If the both vehicle are very close, this means it required less time and required less vision, or required less overtaking side distance. But if a particular vehicle is far away from the slow moving vehicle and there is an opposite direction vehicle coming from this direction, it means it requires too much length for the motion to overtake the vehicle of slow motion. Rate of acceleration of overtaking vehicle. The rate of acceleration of overtaking vehicle is also important. If we are moving slowly, okay, a vehicle is moving very slowly. In that situation, the vehicle which is that B vehicle is has to accelerate the speed much more and it will drag the side distance much higher. Gradient of the road, if there is ascending gradient and there is a descending gradient. If there is a descending gradient, both vehicles are in a much acceleration and the vehicle coming from the opposite direction is having the less speed. Consider this is the descending gradient and both vehicles are moving like this. This is A vehicle, this is B vehicle, and another vehicle coming from this direction, opposite direction, which is C vehicle. In that situation, that obviously the C vehicle will move with a very less speed because of it is moving on the ascending gradient. On the other side, A and B are moving very fast because it is moving from the descending gradient. So in that figure, you could understand the overtaking side distance very well. First of all, overtaking side distance is only when there is a two-way traffic, okay, from the road. If there is a one-way traffic on the lane, there is no need to provide the overtaking side distance. Okay, so Here in the primary situation, B1, okay, A1, sorry, A vehicle is intended to overtake the B vehicle. Okay, this is A vehicle, this is B vehicle. Okay. But when both vehicles are in acceleration, both vehicles are moving, so B vehicle, A1 to A2, okay, vehicle is moving from A1 to A2. So A2 is the initial point where it start to overtake the vehicle. So it start overtaking the vehicle from A2, okay, A2 to the, it reach the point A3. Understanding this, because this is the moving position. But also B1, okay, B1, sorry, B vehicle also changing its position from the B1 to B2, okay, B1 to B2. So that's why it overtaking side distance is more than the stopping side distance. So that's why we are providing this distance by this manner. Another thing is like this, in opposite direction, okay, in opposite direction, when a vehicle at the position of A2, okay, the opposite direction vehicle C is at the position C1. But when it starts to move, it will reach at the point C. So that's why all the vehicles are moving. So the chances of a being collision or accident is very high. Okay. So all these distances of the A, B vehicle is expressed by this diagram, like D1 is the distance of A1 to A2. Actually, a vehicle moving when it intended or think about to overtake the B vehicle. Then another is D2 distance, actual overtaking distance when a vehicle changing a lane, and D3 is becoming or it of the C vehicle. Okay, this is the C vehicle, motion of a C vehicle. So D1, D2 and D3. So this position, these are the distances. So the overtaking side distance, consider ideas equal to D1 plus D2 plus D3. Okay. So here from A1 to A3, okay, sorry, A2 to A3, the distance D2 is further split into three parts, like SB plus S. Okay, so B plus 2S. The minimum spacing S between vehicle depend on the speed and is given by the empirical formula, which is 0.7 dB plus 6. 6 is the actually considered as the length of the vehicle, and 0.7 VB. VB is the normal design speed of the B vehicle. So distance covered by the slow vehicle B travel at the speed of VB in a time t second is VB into T. So this is VB into T. So here formula D2 becomes VB into T, VB into T plus 2 in bracket 0.7 0.7 will be plus 6. This will be the D2 formula become this. T formula, T is the time in second under 4s upon A. A is the acceleration from C1 to C2 distance. B into T, B is the design speed of the moving vehicle. Okay. Then OSD become this formula become this. For kmph, for meter per second. This formula is for meter per second, and for kilometer per second, this is the formula. In case of speed, overtaken vehicle is not given. Assume 16 kmph, less than design speed of the highway. Okay. All the nomenclature and so we are going to start this. So we are going to stop this lecture here. For any problem, just comment on the comment box. I will answer your question. Thank you for watching the video.